Hi everybody, it's Robert Bagley and welcome to the RB3 show. This is our debut show tonight and I'm so excited. Thank you all for being here. And I'm going to try to go into my chat so I can see a few of you folks that are coming in and say hello. Carol, hi. Marianne, Louis the Seller,
Louis,
Sabine. Looks like Chad is in. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. So tonight, I'm really excited about the show. So the RB3 show is really not my show; it's your show. And the reason I say that is because this show is all about equipping and empowering you to accelerate your potential. And so a little bit about me. I come from the corporate world where I was a sales trainer. I came up through corporate sales and became a sales manager and then a director of sales training for a Fortune 500 company. And so I'm really ingrained into helping people accelerate their potential and move into their destiny. And that's what this show is about, is bringing great subject matter experts and awesome content, certainly around the reselling world, because that's what I do for a living. I'm in the fulfillment by Amazon world. That's what I do full time, is I sell products on Amazon, a little bit on eBay. And I started this part-time before I left my corporate job, and that was I started the business part-time back in November of 2013. A lot of you heard my story, but just in case for those that are joining that don't know the story, I ended up leaving my corporate job 10 months later. It was a high-paying job, so I have a big salary to replace, which is why I have been really diving into some of the great content and subject matter experts, like the guest that I'm excited to introduce tonight, and learn from a whole bunch of different, Google Hangouts, Spreecast. It was first fourth quarter last year, and in December we sold $80,000 worth of product. We cost of goods sold profit on that was about 25%. So we actually did make some money there. We have a lot of overhead, so not to get nitty gritty, but we are doing a profitable business based on our cost of goods sold, and of course we have to take our overhead after that, salaries and basic overhead expenses. We're running post Q4 numbers right about $40,000 to $45,000 a month on FBA, a couple $100 on Amazon. And so that's a little bit about me. I really want to start by thanking two special people that are on the panel tonight, and that is James Benner, the Cali Picker. Say hi, James. You're looking awfully sharp there.
Thank you, everyone. Wave? Yeah, I'm representing with San Diego.
Yay, all right. And Cesar Gomez from Caesar's Palace. Say hello, Cesar. Looking awfully handsome.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. We're excited. What could possibly go wrong?
That's right. Now, both James and Caesar have encouraged me for quite a while to really work on a show, and it was back in, I'd say, September when I started shooting some YouTube videos that people enjoyed them, and another reason we started the show was to give you all, my subscribers, which are tonight we're going to hit, I think, 1,700, some great content. And we're going to do this every week, Mondays at 9 o'clock. For now, anyway, we're going to try that. Hopefully we can stick to that. But now I want to go in and say hello to Mr. Barrington McIntosh from Jamaica. Hi, Barrington.
Hey, Robert. How are you? Hey, everyone. It's brilliant. It's wonderful to see so many people on the first live show. It's going to be awesome content. We are going to strive to inspire you guys to just greatness, because it's possible. There's so many people out there that may have the I can't do this or I can't do that, but what we want to do on this show is to really change your mindset and to show you how you can grow both professionally and personally. That's the aim of the show. So we're happy to have you. Glad Robert had me on tonight, and let's do this.
A little bit about Barrington. I have watched Barrington from the peripheral since I started in the reselling community. So I still watch his Spreecasts all the time, but I used to watch every single episode, and now I catch, I think, maybe every other one, and then I catch the recordings. but I'm always tuned into Barrington because he comes with this international flavor. We'll find out a little more detail from Barrington, but Barrington is an international e-commerce powerhouse. The guy sells in multiple countries. We'll find out exactly which ones here in a little bit if he feels he wants to share that. He is selling on multiple platforms. He doesn't just do Amazon. And he is looked up to by the reseller community and has a website, barringtonmcintosh.com, where he has courses and conferences. And so he runs his business in so many layers. But the thing I love about Barrington and that we are going to bring and draw out of him tonight is his call to action. If you watch Barrington for any length of time, and I'm sure you'll catch it tonight, you're going to see how Barrington says, just do it. I'm giving you some good content. Now go and do something with it. And so I guess I hear his voice in my head every time I get a little, I don't know, lackadaisical or lethargic, if you can believe I get that way. I sometimes do. But I just love to get Barrington's voice in my head going, do it, Robert, do it, go, just take action. And so I have learned stuff like selling shoes and coffee. And Barrington, you've got a new coffee program. Coffee and tea program. So there's my introduction to Barrington. And Barrington, I'd like to ask you a question, and we'll have the panel members ask some questions of you, and then we'll also people in the chat, please feel free to post some questions for Barrington, and we'll do our best to address as many of them as we can, if not all, okay? And we have some great giveaways, so don't leave tonight, folks, because Barrington has a few things up his sleeve he wants to give away. I have a few things, and we believe that content could make you not just thousands of dollars, but tens of thousands of dollars. So stay tuned for that. And so Barrington, let's get you back up. Tell us what platforms you're selling on and what countries you're selling on, and then we'll kind of go from there, okay, if you will.
Okay. The name is Barrington McIntosh. I live here on an island in Jamaica, and I've been doing the online selling for maybe about 2009, 2010. Started to dabble before that, but really got serious in 2009, 2010. I am now selling on multiple platforms, not only Amazon, eBay, Rakuten, Sears Marketplace. Also, we've expanded our business internationally, selling in Canada, selling in the European Union, Spain, France, Germany, Italy, and that has just really put our business, in overdrive. It's just amazing what can happen when you change your mindset. What I think is the biggest problem that I've seen is persons have kind of like a fixed mindset. Oh, this is what I can do, nothing else will work. But when you start to network, when you start to go in, great groups, and you start to network with like-minded people, and you start to see, wow, I can actually accomplish this, it's one of the most powerful things that you can do in your business, changing your mindset that this actually can work. Because just to give you guys a little background, when I started, my goal was I just wanted to make an extra $10 a day. That would be fine for me, Robert. If I was making $10 US per day, I would have been okay. I'm fine. $10, $300 a month. I'm okay. I'm good. But then you start to, you start to grow your business. You start to find other items. You look, and you're now seeing that, wow, this is viable. This can work. If I really put the time and put the effort in, this can work. It's not something that, oh, buy this course and tomorrow you'll make $1 million. It doesn't work that way. It is real business. You have to put in real work, real time. So the great thing is putting that time into your business and treating it as a business. You can expand to sell on whatever platforms you would like, but first, start with Amazon.com, the favorite platform. Start with the .com and do small things. Set yourself 1 or 2 or 3 goals. Then from there, you start to ramp up your business. You start to expand your business. You start to network. And then you grow your business to, selling to a global audience. It's just amazing. It can happen with the internet. Persons buying your items from all over the world while I sit here on an island. It's just an amazing business.
Hey, Barrington, that's awesome. I'm getting a little bit of an echo. Hang on a second.
Are you getting an echo on my end?
I'm getting it on my end.
That's how these things work. We have to work out the kinks as we go along.
That's all right. Barrington,
Double check it, right?
Go
Make
ahead.
sure you don't have another window open. So let me ask you, Barrington, in the meantime, how did you get started in this? What made you said to go on to the online business to make the extra money?
Well, I went to school in Florida, and when we were moving back to Jamaica, I thought about it. I'm like, we have a daughter with special needs, so I really wanted to be home with my wife to take care of her daughter because, she has special needs and she doesn't speak. So it's really challenging on the family. So a lot of times, you take that and you'd be sorry for yourself and you're like, I'm just going to sit here and moan and I'm not going to do anything. But I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I am going to take action. I'm going to figure out a way to make this work. So I started to, everybody has a syndrome. You start to buy this product here, you start to buy this ebook, you buy these videos, and you're thinking, wow, they say this is going to help me to get my next 10,000. I'm going to do it. So you start to do that. Right. Nothing works. Nothing is like, and what I saw in this whole process is that if I listen to Robert, if I listen to, any other experts out there, the thing that makes you unique, the thing that makes you succeed in your business is when you bring you to the equation. You start to be creative in your own way. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna get started, and I found an ebook from Jim Cochran. It was Silent Sales Machine, and it just made sense. So I started to follow him, look at the programs that he's putting out, and then he put out the Proven Amazon course. And I took that Proven Amazon course, and that was what really took everything to the next level, because now I started, you mean you really can pack up your items, send them into Amazon, they'll hold them for you, and then when the sale happens, they're going to ship that to somebody else. That was like an aha moment for me. And I'm like, okay, well, this can work. I can, and sent my first shipment in from Jamaica and it sold, and I'm thinking, okay, this can work. I made, I think, $15 profit on the first one, and I was hooked. That was it. I started to figure out, how can I do this on multiple platforms? How can I ramp this up? And building.
Did we lose the feed?
Are we there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, maybe Barrington might need to refresh. Barrington, Can you hear us?
Man, when it was just getting good.
I know,
Yes.
It's okay. Barrington, can you hear us? Yeah, I don't have the echo anymore.
Okay. Well, we get Barrington back on. We got quite a few folks in the chat. We got Mr. John Gorillo. What's going on, John? We got the Scanner Monkeys. Looks like we got Cordelia and Jay on.
Hey, guys.
Chad's on. Golden Finger Picker. Country Girl. Angie Martin. We got Carol. Hello, Carol. Miss Valerie Mason. Hi, Valerie. Jenny Benny. That's awesome.
Love it.
Here, do you want to make sure? We got Bama Z-Man, if I pronounce that correctly. Catherine Shelton. Yes. Hi, Catherine.
Hey, Catherine.
Miss Lovely Sabine. We got Peaching Pesos. Hi, Deborah. How are you, Miss Deborah? Make sure you guys check out her videos. They're pretty awesome. Who else we got? We got Alabama Pickers. What's up, Dusty?
Hey, while we were waiting.
See, there's just so. Oh, we got Danny Ackerman. Hi, Danny.
Danny Ackerman. Hi, Danny. And then is it Lene? Is it Lene Franz? Hi, Lene.
Yeah.
Don't know if we said hi to her yet.
Yeah, Susan Haley's on. And the list goes on. And just welcome everybody, man. Thanks for coming on. Mr. Todd Froster's on.
That's funny.
Hey,
Chad was
Todd, how you
asking,
doing?
is Caesar actually being serious tonight?
He is. He's a good man.
Uh,
See, I have a great panel here helping me out, guys. I wanted to, while we're waiting for Barrington to come back on,
yeah, he'll pop back in. Looks like he's having technical difficulties, but that's not going to start the RB3 show. The show must go on.
Let's see, Caesar.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. I wanted to thank a few Facebook groups while we're waiting for him to come back on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So bear with me, everybody, but I want to thank some special people that helped promote the show tonight. Again, everybody in the chat, please put some questions for Barrington. Hopefully we get him back on. Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Good,
great.
Man.
All right, good. So I want to thank a few Facebook groups: Scanner Monkey, Jay Bain, and Cordelia Blake. I want to thank Bobby Miller. These are people that promoted the show tonight from Breaking E-Commerce News. And I'm going to give the names of the people that have the Facebook groups and then their groups. I want to thank the Reseller Society, Chad Pagel and Ronnie Hart, Danny Ackerman, the Danny App, the Danny Appsters, and Catherine Shelton from Treasure Hunting.
Catherine,
yeah. I want to thank John Grillo from Dino Sourcing Coaching and the Facebook group. And by the way, John Grillo is going to be our guest next week, so make sure you tune in. John has sold $1 million on Amazon by himself and has a lot to share with the group. He is one of my mentors, and I'm excited that he's going to be on the show next week.
Yeah, that's awesome. John Grillo. Hey guys, just by the way, John Grillo doesn't get on just any show, so you guys want to make sure you guys check your calendars and don't miss that show because it's going to be very exciting.
I'm seeing myself like 30 seconds ago. It's kind of weird. I just wonder what's going on. Let's see. Let me keep going here. We're going to thank Tracy Smith, the Entrepreneur Girl, and Amazon 360 for helping promote the show tonight. Certainly, again, I want to thank James and Caesar here. James has a show you want to check out. It's the Do You Know Who I Am show. So make sure you check that out. Caesar has a YouTube channel, and he pops in on a lot of different shows, has a lot to offer, and sells a lot on eBay and Amazon, now Amazon. Maybe we could talk a little bit about that while we're waiting for Barrington. I want to thank, Dennis Smith from Sourcing Secrets, a great Facebook group. Andy Slammons, he's going to be our cast, and he does private label. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. And he also has a private label group he does, Alibaba from Amazon, Alibaba to Amazon Facebook group. Certainly want to thank Chris Green. He's going to be on the show beginning of May from his Facebook group, Scan Power. Then Dwayne Malik, Fast Turn Radio. Thank you, Dwayne, for supporting the show. Mark Levine at Bubble Fast, and he's got a Facebook group called Bubble Briefs. I buy all my poly bags from him and some other shipping supplies. I want to thank Tina Lambert from the Pickers University and Valerie Mason from the Unit of Prosperity Facebook group. Thank you, everybody, for promoting the show. And so, well, let's get back to it. Since we're waiting on Barrington, let me ask you guys on the panel. What's been working for you lately, Caesar? Give a little background to everybody about what you do. Throw some numbers out on some of the successes you've had with eBay and now with Amazon, if you would.
Ooh, some numbers. Okay. As far as my background, right? As far as my background, I've been selling eBay going on 7 years, and I was always against FBA at that time. Don't ask me why. Maybe it was because I liked the fact that I had position on my inventory. And I had a very successful fourth quarter. Obviously, RB3, James, you guys know. I mean, we all had a successful Q4. And one day, as far as part of my 2015 plan was to try out FBA and see how it goes. It got to the point where I actually have time to watch TV. Back then I didn't have time to watch TV. I didn't have time to go out with my family and just enjoy life, because I was always packing out stuff and going to the post office, waiting in line and doing all that fun stuff. And now it's like this is more addicting than Facebook. I'm always checking and refreshing my phone as far as sales, what's coming in, and it's a very, very good experience, and I'm still learning. I'm learning from, gentlemen like yourselves, like RB3, Barrington, and there's plenty more heavy hitters out there, John Gorillo, everybody out there, and, I'm still learning. I've been doing this going on, 2-3 months now? And I did have some bumps in the road, and now I'm starting to understand the return process, how that works. So bear with me on that one, but, hey, whatever I get returned, I'm just going to sell on eBay. That's my plan on that one.
That's a good plan, my friend.
My beef stock will be sold on eBay. And it's just it's been a fun road, and I'm still learning.
Tell everybody how much you sold on eBay on Cyber Monday before we get back to Barrington.
I should have listened to RB3 a long time ago as far as on FBA. That's what I will say. For Cyber Monday, we came in at 16,000 just on Cyber Monday.
On eBay, folks. On eBay. That's not FBA. That's eBay.
It was
great.
To the point where I remember calling James because it got to the point where we were labeling the wrong boxes. I mean, it was bad. It was very, very bad. Will I go back to that? Probably not. It was to that point. We were very busy. We hired on a couple of my son's friends to help us out, and it took us about almost a week to get out of that. It was a very fun experience, and it could be done. For those of you that tell you that you can't make a living selling on eBay or what have you, it could be done if you really, really want it. No one will not give you anything. You got to fight for it.
And, good stuff.
Yeah, you got to fight for it. So, I mean, the list goes on, but I know we got the international legend here, so I don't want to take up too much of his time. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Caesar. So, Barrington, you were picking up. Let's pick up where you left off. Thanks for coming back on. We'll give you the platform again. Go ahead.
All right, thanks, guys. That glitch a while ago, you can. There's a story in that, Robert. It is, you start this business and you try something and you may run into a roadblock. You're like, oh, wow, I sent all of this in and it doesn't sell, or there's so many sellers that come on the listing and I just feel frustrated. I'm going to give up. I'm here to tell you, get back on the horse. You're not giving up. This can be done. Just focus and think. These are just roadblocks. They're going to be there. You have to, expect these hurdles. But if you go in with that mentality that I'm not giving up, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to try again, that's when you start to succeed. Sometimes we feel like, oh, I've hit this roadblock, forget this, Amazon, there's so many sellers on here, this is never going to work. I've heard that so many times. And I'm thinking, if I can do this from an island, I don't have any Walmarts here. I don't have any Kmart. There's nothing here. But it's just a desire to succeed. If you can, you can copy that desire, you can succeed as well. There's no reason for you to give up. So, as I was saying earlier, this is a lesson that you can learn from. I always say, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Just try it. Go there and try it.
Barrington, you had just read a book and you shared it on your Spreecast from the ACS show in Las Vegas. Did I say that right? The ACS show? Did I say that right? I probably said it.
It's the ASD show, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The ASD show, thank you. See, I'm such a novice still at I don't even know all the acronyms. But
you're doing it, though.
But listen, you had shared something about a book you read, and I started to put a few of those things in practice. I want you to share with a group because everybody on this call, it has multiple things going on. And so, like me, I've got the FBA business. I have a family, of 4. I've been working on books and trying to work on publishing and working on this show. And everybody has those multiple things going on. But you talked about making lists and prioritizing, and I'm a big fan of that. I'm probably not the best time manager, but I definitely want to maximize my return on my time and energy invested. Can you talk to the people about, you think I have a lot of things going on. Man, I know you got twice as much going on than I do. How do you do it, and what did you glean? Mention the book and mention what you learned from it and how you put that into practice.
Yeah, that book, I before we left for ASD, I saw it online, and it was Getting Things Done. It's an Amazon book, Getting Things Done by David Allen. And there's so many things going on. There's multiple streams of income. There's a lot of things going on. So I'm thinking, okay, went on Amazon, bought the book, downloaded it to my phone and also to my laptop. And in reading through, heading up to Vegas, reading through that book, it was talking about there are so many things that we have on our minds, and because we have them on our minds, the mind is not clear, so we can't make a decision. And the key thing was just writing those things down. What are some of the things you want to accomplish? Is it that I need to go and source in Walmart? Is it that I bought all of these products and they're sitting in my house and I don't have enough time to go prep them and send them out to Amazon? What are the things that you need to get done, you need to get done, but you're just procrastinating? Write them down. Write down all of those things and prioritize them. And there are so many things that I needed to get done. I needed to do this project. I had vendors to contact, and I started to just write those things down, writing them down. And after writing them down, you're going to say, what is the next action? What do I need to do next in order to at least start the process? If not accomplish the whole thing, what do I need to do next in just to start the process? And you would be amazed at how it clears your mind when you have all these things down. You say, okay, well, I can't get this done until Friday, but this is the action that I need to take today to get it started. It was just simply amazing at what happens when you're able to take all those things off your mind, remove the clutter, and then put those on paper, and then took the action to say, I'm going to do this next in order to accomplish this, and you prioritize. It's just amazing. Getting Things Done by David Allen. It's a very good read. So if anyone is on, this hangout and they're thinking, hey, I want to grab a copy of that, that's it. Getting Things Done by David Allen. It's I think it was $9 and some change or $11 and some change, but it was just very good at helping you to get organized. And what I have done is I've, since attending the first conference at CES in 2013, I have started to outsource a lot of the things that I have to do every day. Maybe, Barrington, I'm just starting. I don't have money to outsource. But if you can have a family member just say, hey, can you help me pack these boxes? Or can you just help me label these items so I can get them out the door? And you pay them something to do it. But you have to start to figure out what the things are that really moves your business and then focus on those things. And something else I learned from ASD was you go to ASD and there's so many vendors, I think almost 4,000 vendors. If you're not prepared and have a game plan, like, okay, I'm going to this guy in health and beauty, I'm going over here, I'm going over here, then you start to run around all the show and you never get anything accomplished. You wander around and never get anything accomplished. The same can be said for your business. If you just, you get up in the morning, there's no plan. Do I shop today? Do I pay the bills today? Do I prep today? Do I send out? If there's no plan, then that's how your week is going to be. It's just going to be unplanned. Everything is just, running, and then you have life happens around that. You need to take the kids to school. You need to go here. So you have to figure out, okay, what's my plan for this week? Am I going to source on Monday? Am I going to do, some prepping on Wednesday and then get them out on Thursday? When you have that plan and you start that routine, then you can either take away things that are not making sense or add more things to it once you have this running well. So I think that is key. Organizing and getting yourself properly organized for your Amazon business is something that I think is absolutely critical to help you to flow, to just help things to move seamlessly.
What I love about what you said, Barrington, is really taking that mental clutter, and by making a sort of a master task list, and then you can certainly prioritize from that, but by making the master task list, you actually get a lot of that mental clutter out on paper. It just releases you to then go, oh, okay, I've got these things here. And there's a program that I taught in the corporate world called the 5 Choices of Extraordinary Productivity. And they were big on spending 10 minutes a day on planning for the day based on your priorities and 30 minutes for weekly planning. And after I heard your spreecast about the book, every morning I now don't start anything until I make a little list of what I have to accomplish, and then I prioritize that list. And if the Facebook comes by and the Googles come by and the tweets come by, I have to shut those out. I have to block those out so that I can focus on those things, or they'll never get done. So tell me, how do you block out the distractions? What are some of your distractions, and how do you block them out so that you focus on your priorities?
Number 1, distraction. Here we go, right here. the phone. What happens is you get all of the tweets on the phone, you're getting notifications from Facebook. You have to figure out, okay, what are my priorities for today? Is it that I need to contact these vendors? Is it that I need to place a reorder for items that are running low on Amazon? So you have to figure out what you need to get done. And if it's 5 items, 10 items, however many items there are, you want to go ahead and start checking off that list. Did I finish that? So if you finish by 11 or 12, then the rest of the day you can start looking at new projects let's say you look at a Facebook group. I figure, okay, let's go on and I'm going to check Facebook for 30 minutes or an hour. That's it. You need to now move to the next task. It's very difficult. It's not as easy as, it's very difficult because, you heard a good story, somebody shared a good thought, you're thinking, I'm going to run off and do this, but you have to start focusing on, okay, did I get my priorities out the way for today? Okay. Now I can, do my little wandering around and then, look at a new product online. But the thing is, getting the priorities for the day done. It's not something that you master overnight. I wasn't able to master this. I'm still not mastered yet, but I'm at the point where it now makes sense. What I'm doing makes sense, and I'm seeing positive results because of doing what I'm doing. So it's all about prioritizing, making sure that the things that move your business are done for the day, and then anything else can be fit in throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, I always talk a lot about earning the right to be able to do those special projects. So I really start my prioritization based upon the immediate income impact that particular task has, right? So like you said, I prioritize making sure my replens, I do a lot of grocery replens, and even now clothing replens. Clothing's 40% of my business. And just, for everybody out there, what I do is I make sure I look at my reports. Like tomorrow morning, I'm going to go look at my reports, and we're going to read the sidebar here in just a quick second, folks, because I want to get to your great questions and comments. I'm making that list in the morning, and I'm going to just plow through it so that I can get out the door. And that's what I like about retail arbitrage, is it really does help me focus. When I go out and I've got my list, it's like, hey, I basically just make myself marching orders. I really try to make it easy, step by step, So once I go through the reports and see what's been selling and counteract that with what my inventory is, then I make that a prioritization, because I know those things are selling and I know those things are profitable. So I would be insane not to prioritize keeping that engine going. And then I've earned the right to do those special projects about, okay, I'm going to try to work with the publisher of a book, or I'm going to work with CreateSpace, or I'm going to work with this or that, or I'm going to spend some time, with James and Caesar working on the show. So that's how I prioritize my stuff too. So I hope that helps. Right now, I'd like to go to the chat. Guys, is the chat up to date here?
Yes.
Yes. Carol G. I don't want to butcher your last name, Carol. Is it Giambri?
Giambria.
Yes.
Giambri. Yes. Carol is. Her and I have Facebook a lot. She said, "Failing is not the end!" Exclamation! Up, up, you go. Up, up, you can go. So very encouraging. That's right. Georgia Pease. How are you, Georgia? She says, "Hi all. Barrington, do you do private label, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, or all the above?"
That's a great question. That is an absolute very good question. Our business model is mostly wholesale. We do a lot of wholesale. Why? Because the replens are so great. As Robert just said a while ago, you don't want to have replens and have those run out on you, and those are your money makers. There's a report, guys, and it's in your back office. If you go into your Amazon account and go to reports and then business reports, you can do a report by parent-child item, and that will pull back your top 10 products that are there. So wholesale is definitely, our major focus. We do 80 to 85% wholesale. Then we'll get into private label. my wife does the online arbitrage, so we'll buy items online, we'll send them over to our Florida address, have them prepped, and then sent into Amazon. And we also retail arb big time in mostly Q4. When it comes to Q4, that's the retail arbitrage time. Because I would usually fly up to Florida, and once in Florida, then I will go to the stores, hit the Walmarts, the Kmarts, and it's just crazy what happens. What just talking about focus, hopefully I answered your question, but just going back to focus really quickly. Lance Wolf gave me one tip. I was in Florida, and he gave me one tip. He said, hey, Barrington, go and pick these up in Home Goods. And that one tip made me it was over $4,000 in profit, just one tip. That was all because of focus. One tip, going to one store, and you saw the focus. You go in, you got what you want, you got that, you took it out. So that's where we go. But back to the question, it's a private label, lots of online arbitrage, but 85% wholesale. 85% wholesale. Getting those items in. My biggest dilemma is, where do I send this? Do we send it to the UK? Do we send it to Canada? Or do we send it to the US? So 85% wholesale.
Yeah, what are the different countries that you are selling in, Barrington, currently?
Currently, we have the global export turned on for our .com account. So that sends it to all our products that are eligible. It will send it to over 96 countries worldwide. Yeah. And we sell in Canada. We also sell in France, Germany, the UK, and Spain. And what's the other one? There are 5 countries in the European Union that we have our Amazon account set up on, and they ship to another 28 countries in the European Union. So it's beautiful when you have one product and you're able to sell it on multiple marketplaces, then you order more from your wholesaler. That's just the bottom line. You find a great product and it can be sold worldwide, you just go ahead and have it listed on multiple platforms and just sell that same product all over the world.
Wow, that's awesome. What great information. Again, we want to thank you, Barrington. We got a couple more questions here before we let you go, because I know you are a busy man. Jenny Benny says, what's the best way to get started on Amazon without having such grand bankroll ready to spend? That's a great question. I get that question all the time. I know how I answer that. I am extremely interested on how you're going to answer that question, Mr. Barrington.
That is a great question. And I'm obviously thinking that you live in the US. If you live in the US, the easiest way to get started on a very low budget, finding books and reselling books. That is the absolute easiest way to get started, because you can buy a book for 50 cents and you can sell that book for $150. That starts to build up your capital that you can now turn around and reinvest into your business. So the key thing is getting books, and just think about what you eat every day. If you can get approved in groceries, that is, you're looking at replens, items that people must use on a daily basis, whether it's, their seasonings, their coffee, their tea, their cereals, anything that is replenishable that people have to use over and over are items that you want to look at selling. So don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just go for the books, start with the books, and then go for items that you can even find right in your backyard. Items that are, you got this gift and you just put it one side because, hey, I didn't want that gift. Get that item and resell it. You already have the item, so just resell it on Amazon. That's the best and the lowest hanging fruit, and that's where you start.
Talk about re-gifting something. Turn it into money. That's awesome. Let's see. Lena Wasserman says, please explain what you mean by wholesale, Barrington. That's an excellent question.
Excellent question, Lena. And remember, guys, no question is, oh, no, that's a crazy question. No. Ask your questions. When you're just starting out, you probably don't know the concept of wholesale or whatever. Ask your questions. Now, what we refer to as wholesale is, let me just give you a scenario. I walk into Walmart and I am looking at a particular, let's say a particular cereal. It's a gluten-free cereal, and let's say I bought 6 of them, sent it to Amazon. It was received on a Wednesday, and by the following Wednesday, they're all sold out. And you're thinking, okay, I think I found a winner. So you go back to Walmart, you pick up more, you send it in again. This time you picked up maybe 12 or 15. They all sold out again. Light bulb goes off now. What would happen if I could turn the back of that product and look at where it says manufactured by Robert Bagley Industries? Telephone number 1-800-777. So you're now, you've made the contact. So you pick the phone up and you call. Hey, is it possible for me to purchase items from you on a wholesale basis? Meaning, as opposed to buying 2 or 3, I'll buy it from you by the cases. So one case has 24 in there or 36, and you're walking into Walmart, you pay $3. Here, they'll give it for $1.75. So you're now seeing the potential of purchasing in volume. That's what we call wholesale. You're not purchasing in volume, and you can now have better margins because you're purchasing at a lower cost, and you already know it's selling. So you're going to send those into Amazon and keep riding that until you have a lot of competition or anything else happens. But that's what we refer to as wholesale, being able to buy a product that you recognize as a great seller in larger quantities.
Hey, Barrington?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering that. That was an excellent answer. I love the way you make things easy to understand. That's what I love about you, and one of the many things I love about you. But a lot of people, when they hear, "Oh, I've got to make a couple cases," I think the biggest fear, and in fact, I probably have the same fear if I look at myself in the mirror, is I'm afraid they're going to want a lot of money from me. They're going to want me to buy like thousands of dollars of stuff. Tell us what when you first started buying wholesale, what were your sort of minimum buys, or what can we expect if we try to dip our toe in the water of wholesale as far as the initial investment?
Again, great point, Robert. I wanted to touch on that a little bit. Your first point of wholesale contact may not even be picking up the phone and calling that 800 number. This is your first point of wholesale contact. If it's a Walgreens or Walmart or what, I'm just using some stores that are easy in the U.S. Go to the store manager. That's your first point of wholesale contact. Go to the store manager and say, hey, is it possible for me to purchase these items in a larger quantity? Can I purchase, by the case? Do you have cases in the back? And 9 times out of 10, they are going to say yes, because they want to get the products moved. That is what they're there for. They're there to sell products. They're not there to say, hey, we're going to hoard all this product in the back. So if you approach them and you are now able to make that, speech to them, say, hey, I would love to purchase by the case quantity. Is that possible? If the answer is yes, you've just made your first wholesale deal. And that's what you need to do. So if not, and you have to call the actual wholesaler, your first question is going to be, what are your minimums? It's usually about $500. It's usually about a $500 minimum. And
Excellent.
Sometimes you can, get away with purchasing less than that, but it's usually going to be about $500. But obviously, you have recognized that this item is a winner. So it will be easy for you to make that decision to spend $500 because you're already purchasing the item.
So testing things before you invest in them is a good idea then, right?
Excellent idea.
Oh, yes.
That's the first thing. Test.
Let me get back to the chat. We got another question from Louis, the seller. Hi, Louis. Thank you for your question. Thank you all again in the chat room for being on the show tonight. Louis says, do you recommend selling in one category for a certain amount of time before expanding to other categories on FBA? Louis, thanks for that question, because I definitely wanted to touch on that, because Barrington, you have got me into before Veterans Day, and I am selling a couple pair of shoes a day because your voice in my head is saying make sure you put on your priority list to go hit some places to buy shoes, and so I'm incorporating that in with my groceries and clothing business now. Let's answer Louis' question about do you recommend selling in one category for a certain amount of time before expanding into others? Shoot.
Louis. And that's a great question again, Louis. I mean, there are some awesome questions coming through here, but definitely figure out, let's say you started in health and beauty, or you started in groceries. If you can figure out, okay, now I can, get this going well. I'm, selling here. I can figure out what items persons like. Because Amazon gives you a great idea once you start selling in a particular item. They will tell you customers who bought this item also bought, or customers who viewed this item also viewed. So try and see how best you can, expand your range in that category. But it's always good to master one category first and then move on to the next. Usually I will tell persons, let's say you are a female and you just love to purchase handbags and shoes. You know what people like. If you're approved in shoes, that I would say figure out how to master that category. Regularly Amazon, you can start with toys, you can start off with health and beauty and groceries are now gated. But figure out one category first, and once you have accomplished that, then move on to the next category. That would be my advice to anyone that's going in, because you don't want to dabble here, dabble there. You want to find your 10 best sellers and you want to maximize that. You want to find your 20 best sellers and maximize that in that category. That's what you want to do.
Excellent answer. Excellent. We got a couple more questions here. Sabine says, do you have to have a wholesale certificate? And Mary Sullivan says, how do you know who to trust in wholesale?
Well, usually if you call the manufacturer that's on the distributor, or that's on the back of the packaging, that's going to obviously be who manufacturer or distributes the product. And usually if they are, let's say, if it's a manufacturer, they're going to point you to what area are you? Oh, I'm calling from Florida. Okay, we have distributors in Miami. So they're going to point you to the closest distributor in your area. Or if that distributor is in New York, they'll tell you, they're in New York. So, you're going to go with good information based on doing your research. You have to do your homework. You're looking on the back of the packaging, you're doing some Google, wholesale, and you go in a Google search and you type in the name of the company, space, wholesale. That will pull you back, a lot of information on wholesalers for that company. So you may have a rep in your backyard, you may have a rep in a couple counties over, but you have to get that information from doing some research. But usually you're going to be pretty well off if you figure out you're calling the number on the back of the actual product. That's going to be usually the manufacturer.
And Sabine says, do you need a wholesale certificate? I would think you just really need your tax exempt or maybe a EIN number. What do you do internationally?
They usually ask you for your business, your EIN number. And I mean, that's usually what they ask you for to start business. And if you have a business, your EIN, or if you're doing a sole trader, they'll ask you for your social security number. But you have to do your research so you're figuring, okay, I know who I'm dealing with and this is legit, and then you can give that information. But once you give that, don't allow that to become your roadblock. I learned something from Kat Simpson initially, and she said, Barrington, there's this syndrome called paralysis by analysis. You keep analyzing, so you become paralyzed and you never take action. Just do it. Figure it out along the way. Just do it. That's what you have to do. You call them up and you say, hey, I would like to, purchase wholesale. Do you guys have a reseller's price list? And, there are actual templates that you guys can get that will give you step by step what you need to say. Actually, I did a wholesale course with Todd, and that just went through everything that you needed for contacting a wholesaler. But again, try and once you land one or two wholesale accounts, Robert, it just becomes addictive. You're just like, wow, I could do this. Now I can call this one over here. I can call one in Hawaii. I can get some.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. What is the top? Georgia P says, what is the top trade show you would suggest, Barrington?
Well, it all depends on what you love to do. I mean, if you ask me that question, I'm going to tell you it's the Coffee Fest in Chicago or the Coffee Fest in Seattle, because I am passionate about trading coffee online. So I would tell you, so it all depends on, let's say you are a toy seller, you love to sell toys, or you have kids, and the kids are telling you, hey mom, this is going to be popular in back to school, that's going to be popular, then it may be the toy trade show. But if you want just a general trade show, then that's going to be the ASD trade show. I think they have another one coming up. I'm not sure the dates, but you can just Google it. But the ASD trade show gives you a wide variety of different categories: shoes, handbags, jewelry, clothing. So it gives you a wide variety, and you can pick what you want to target and go there. So I think the ASD trade show would be the one that's pretty wide. It covers everything.
Okay, everybody's saying thank you for your answers. We thank you in the chat room for your great questions. These are awesome questions. I just learned something, the Coffee Fest. I am huge into coffee and tea, and I think you are the one who got me started in that. And a day does not go by that I don't sell coffee. Now I'm into teas, and I learned something new tonight, the Coffee Fest. How cool is that? So I want to go with you. So I'm going to save my pesos. I'm going to be like pinching pesos, and I'm going to save my pesos and go with Barrington to the Coffee Fest. Cool.
Man. You learn so much. You learn so much.
All right, let's do some giveaways. Barrington has some excellent content, everybody. The guy is brilliant. He makes it so easy, as you can see, to do things and explain things that anybody can understand. And if I can understand it, anybody can understand it, because I'm not the brightest guy out there. So we have, Barrington, you have a couple giveaways tonight. Let's mention what those are. And then I believe our illustrious panel of Caesar and the Cali Picker have a couple quiz questions, and we'll monitor the chat room to see who wins. Okay, so go ahead, Barrington. What you got for them tonight?
Okay, I'm going to give away 2 copies of a project that I did with Lance Wolf and Andy Dew. And Robert, everybody does, their, different videos and different training, but we did a training. It's called the bldew.com, BLDEW.com, and it's like we really did it as a case study. We wanted to figure out if we could get a group of sellers and help them to reach to a particular level during Q4. The course actually detailed, shopping throughout the year, but we had some focus on Q4 because that was the time that we did it. And initially we sold it for $297, and now it's reduced to $27. I'm going to give away 2 copies of that. It comes with the master sourcing, that's from Lance Wolf, expansion, if you want to get onto a new platform, I covered that part, and Andy Dew covered how to automate your business, meaning you've now started to sell and you're doing well and you want to automate that process. The guy lives in Thailand and his FBA business runs every single day because he has automated all of that process. I mean, he's amazing to work with, and we just rolled the curtains back on everything. It wasn't holding anything back, no secrets. Lance actually gave an Excel spreadsheet with over 800 rows of actual products that he purchases all year long. So just that alone is worth more than, because these are actual products that work for him year over year over year. That is included in the course. So Andy also included how to leverage your credit card spend. You're already spending money, buying things. He included that bonus video on how to leverage credit card spend, meaning I spent some, I think over last year I wanted to go to CES conference, and I was using my credit card, and I was able to rack up enough points to pay for myself and my wife to go to the conference, tickets, and that was just amazing. That's already business spend. That's money you're spending to buy products anyway. He shows you how to do it step by step. So we're going to give away 2 copies of that course. And Caesar, I think Caesar has his question, a Cali Picker. They have the questions for you guys, and just let me know who the winners are, and I will get that out there.
Go ahead, panel. Ask
away. All
away.
right, so for the first question, and it's very, very easy. It's very easy. If you guys cannot catch on within a matter of seconds, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. So the first question is, you guys ready?
Go.
Where does Barrington live? Go.
And remember, there's a little bit of a delay, so it'll take a while for somebody to respond. So
we're
you
gonna
guys
have
can continue on until.
Let's see who we got. Right now we're about to have a rapid fire session.
Well, a quick question. Judy had asked, where is the Coffee Fest again, and is there a Tea Fest?
It's going to be in Chicago, the next one.
Okay, so we still got a countdown. Hang on.
still waiting on that delay until the people can answer.
All right, Barrington, they're asking where they can buy it if they don't win it.
It's on special until the end of the month, so they can pick it up at
Carol,
BLD.
Carol put it in the chat room, BLDEU.com.
BEW.
All right, guys, we got a winner. Winner, chicken dinner, Miss Valerie Mason.
Valerie, yay, Valerie!
Oh, a lot of
congratulations,
Good
Valerie.
job, Valerie.
Look at all those Jamaicas.
It's all coming in. She's the quickest. Hey, early bird gets the worm.
Okay, great. Congratulations. That is worth tens of thousands of dollars if you just use a couple of the things on there, I'm sure. Tell us again where we can buy that for the $27 promo. Where again, Barrington?
It's bldew.com. BLDEW.com.
Okay, awesome.
And it's $27 until the end of this month.
That's awesome, awesome. All right, what's the next question, panel?
Well, during the first part of this broadcast, Barrington talked about a book he was reading while he was at ASD. What was the name of that book?
You are tough, Kelly Picker.
I was going to ask what's the name of the book and what's the author, but I'll just leave it just what's the name of the book.
That's good. Let's see who gets that.
Yeah.
So is there a tea fest? Have you heard of one?
The Coffee Fest I know usually have a lot of tea vendors there. So Coffee Fest is going to be there. A lot of chai tea, a lot of Indian tea, a lot of tea is going to be there.
I love that. I love chai tea and Indian tea. All right, do we have a winner yet?
No. It takes a while for that delay to get through to the audience.
Woo, Valerie Mason. Congrats. Let's see what we got here.
Should be coming in anytime soon here.
There we go.
Well, they're all going to go back to the start of the broadcast. Maybe that wasn't such a good one.
Rapid fire session.
Let's see.
That's actually getting things done, right? Oh, there we go. Laura Anderson, I think.
There she is. Who was that? Oh,
Laura.
Everybody's getting it in there. I got to see.
Karen Holmes, I think it was the first one.
Yes,
Actually, I'm looking. Let's see. Are you sure? I'm seeing Happy Housewife.
I see. Yep.
The book is actually getting things done. So it's Karen Holmes as the first one.
That's true. That's right. Thank you for
congratulations,
Karen Holmes is
Karen.
What do we got? The winner.
Karen Holmes is the winner.
Congratulations, Karen. That's awesome.
Karen. Congratulations, Karen.
Somebody said 50 Shades of something.
That was close. Danny Ackerman was close, and the housewife was close as well. But yeah, Karen got the correct answer.
Well, Barrington, we really appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you so much for the great content and for the motivation and just some of those tips. I think I learned so much from you tonight. I learn so much every time I hear you. But you're in Jamaica, and dial into his Spreecast. He also has a Zoomcast. I think you also are on Google Hangouts as well. So you're out there. So people follow him, watch him, learn from him. And thank you again, Barrington, for coming on the show. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me on the show. And again, if anybody wants to get more information, you can find me at barringtonmacintosh.com. You can sign up for the newsletter, and you will get notifications of when we have Spreecasts or special guests that are coming on. Again, I leave you with always take action on the information that you learn. You could just pick up one tip, but if you actually implement and take action, it can mean so much to your business. So that's the inspirational tip that I want to leave you guys with. Take action on your business.
Excellent. Great information.
You're rock, Barrington.
Thanks, guys.
All right, folks, that is the end of our show tonight. I want to thank you all. Remember, the RB3 show is not about me. It's about you, and it's about each and every one of you guys have a seed of greatness in you. And with this show, we want to make sure that we water that seed, that we nurture that seed. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to bring great subject matter experts. Some may be in the reselling community, some may not. And so we want to make sure we help you develop personally and professionally. And we thank you all so very much for coming on the debut show. Next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same channel. I think we'll have a different link though, right, James? We'll have a different link for that. All right, these are my guys that keep me straight here. And I want to thank James Benner, the Cali Picker, and I want to thank Caesar from Caesar's Palace for being on the panel and helping me so much for getting this show launched. Again, all those Facebook groups that I mentioned, thank you, thank you, thank you. And most of all, thank you in the chat, and thank you, Barrington. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next week with John Gorillo, the T-Rex Sorcerer. All right. Adios, everybody.
See you guys.